Everything that should be familiar.
Annehmen. Hä? Hä? Hilfe, ich verstehe das System überhaupt nicht. Machen wir das mal.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Goranci and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Goranci Kubek. Please, it's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. The mention of mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
Okay.
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question. He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return. Just one word. Sounds quizzical. Then he awaits your answer with his brow arched.
Horse need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the unit.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht
Okay.
indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg. The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak. He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots. It's almost like music.
Okay.
Especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and
War's schon.
you see a heavy steel door.
So, wie geht's jetzt weiter? So, das war ja alles, ne? Gut, jetzt gehen wir mal raus. Wer ist nochmal das? Ja, warte mal. Ich rede mal nochmal. Ich muss. Achso, ja, genau. Ich muss. So. Ja, das war es nicht. Doch, ich kann noch was erhöhen. Das mache ich aber nicht jetzt, sondern erst, wenn ich es brauche. Ja, das da. Und ich mache mal schnell die... Das war es ja nicht. Warte mal, wie ging das weiter? Hä? Was vergessen? Achso, ja.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace.
Investere
coloring it
Fähigkeitspunkte
pitch
im
black.
Körperapparat. Gut, okay. Bitte? Warte. Nochmal?
A thick layer of coal dust
So, jetzt
covers
bitte,
the furnace. Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease.
Hello? Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
Wow, geil.
You hear a low rumble upstairs, the sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Jetzt ist die Frage. Hallo? Geht doch. Oder? Wo könnte das sein? Ah, hier, warte.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out
Genau.
That's a good question.
Ich werde es nicht so richtig genau.
Reality is ruthless.
Egal. So, wo ist denn jetzt dieser benannte Sicherheitsrollladen? Nicht da.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime. Amidst the various books, these three things. The point of the book, it serves platitude, wholeness, unity. When it's up
Nicht
to your
wichtig,
mind,
ja.
the book features chapters on top. There's even a chapter on the ancient Serais.
Sir, please, I can't have you end up like...
Ja, also hier ist es nicht. Wo ist denn jetzt dieser Sicherheitsrollladen? Warte mal. So. So, lass mal gucken. Ist hier irgendwas neu? Das war das.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a... You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold. No, this is going to need something else. So if you want to try again.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory.
Ja, das
From
mache ich doch.
there, you can equip it to a held slot.
Das nützt aber alles nichts. So. Ach, das ist hier. Ja, toll. Ich bin ein bisschen doof, ne? Warte.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panel. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Sehr schön. Und nun?
What is this then? A tool?
Nee, na gut.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine.
Nein.
Sweet, the lieutenant isn't studied. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective.
Mhm.
However,
Gut.
see that ladder there? It's
Wir kommen irgendwie weiter. Jetzt sind wir hier. Aber das nützt uns ja gar nichts. Ah, oh. Nee, ist klar. Warte. Nee, ich verstehe. Aber, nee. Ja, aber, nochmal da hoch. War da nicht dahin? Was ist denn da? Das macht nichts. Ist egal. So. Da ist noch Geld, das ist aber egal. Aber das ist nicht das, was ich jetzt brauche. Wir haben jetzt nur einen schnellen Weg. Okay, so, zack. Ah, ich bin auch gleich wieder da. Es ist wieder brenzlig. So. So, jetzt ist die Frage. Die haben mich da... Ist da irgendwas? Hä? Was?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. Where else have we seen a gang of men in work boots? That's right. The hard 1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 46. Just like Titus was wearing in his booth. This is the big dick. Titus Hardy. 2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. Either the blonde muscular guy, Glenn,
Okay.
or the young guy with a plectrum around his neck. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 43. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46. Theo, the old smoker. You think you even see a tiny fleck of cigarette ash inside the print. 5. Another standard work boot. Reinforced toes. Number 44. Same as before. Either the musician, Eugene, or the muscle-bound blonde, Glenn. 6. Lighter's air. Same make of boot. But number 41. Small, you're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens, and the tracks burn in it with strange beauty. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46. The imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. Fact 8. Another standard work boot. Number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole. The right sole is smoother, more worn. Curious. A missing 8th Hardy Boy.
7 sets of tracks, right? The Hardy Boys were here. That's all? Interesting. Then one of them seems to be missing. Anything else out of the ordinary?
Note to self. This would be a good question to ask Titus. Where's the 8th man?
Interesting. Let's name it the Odd Soul. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the missing Hardy Boy. Wonder who he is.
Oh, this one's easy. Way too easy. It's a driver.
With
Yeah,
a piece
right.
of sandpaper glued to the throttle. Which means that the missing lady driver was also present at the lynching? That's it. She's the Odd Soul.
Und der Drogenhandel.
Now we know who's the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation? We should start with Titus Hardy. See what he's got to say on the matter. This might throw them off. Work in our advantage. So what else? 200. This could be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up. Let's say a heavily built worker carrying
Yep.
a similarly built
Ganz
armored
sicher
man.
sogar.
Maybe it was a fat Hardy Boy, the one sitting in the middle.
Na, Fettshaming.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher or between 2 men. Anyway, it's for future consideration.